Hello, and welcome back to Coin Lady channel. In today's video, I'd like to share some news regarding the recent statements made by JPMorgan regarding Ripple and cross-border payments, as well as the creation of Palau's own stablecoin on XRPL. And last but not least, I will provide an XRP overview, as is customary. To what extent does XRP benefit its users? When it comes to paying for things across borders using money? How may the world's monetary system be impacted by the advancement of XRP technology and the proliferation of multi-currency payments? Shall we discover? JPMorgan attributes the discovery of the $120 billion in value locked up in cross-border payments to XRP and Ripple. A report mentioning XRP and Ripple was published by JPMorgan, a renowned worldwide financial services company, regarding the potential to unlock $120 billion in value from cross-border payments. The report's stated goal was to provide more detail on how financial institutions might use digital currencies issued by central banks for internal business transactions. Approximately $23.5 trillion is transferred internationally annually by multinational corporations, according to JPMorgan. The company made note of the fact that this amount was equivalent to about 25% of the world's GDP. To process these enormous amounts of money, multinationals rely on inefficient, slow, and opaque cross-border payment systems. The suboptimal procedures result in substantial yearly transaction costs of $120 billion, as pointed out by JPMorgan. Ripple and XRP, as well as additional costs associated with currency conversion, trapped liquidity, and delayed settlements, were also mentioned. Issues with international money transfers are being considered. The CLS Group, Ripple, and SWIFT are just a few of the private sector organizations that JPMorgan highlighted as working to solve the problems associated with delays and difficulties in cross-border settlement. A multi-currency FX net designed to eradicate settlement risks is a feature of the CLS Group, according to the report. Unfortunately, there are a lot of obstacles to adding more currencies, and the solution only supports 18. In addition, the report emphasized that SWIFT implemented a system to decrease processing times and increase transparency in cross-border payments. But it did note that SWIFT is still reliant on the clunky correspondent banking system with its many middlemen. Therefore, problems with trapped liquidity and risk associated with settlement are still there. But JPMorgan has recognized that Ripple's cross-border payment infrastructure, which uses XRP as its settlement instrument, is real-time. According to the statement, banks are hesitant to use XRP because of its high volatility and the inherent volatility of cryptocurrencies. This is a major problem for the Ripple system. So, according to JPMorgan, the private sector's attempts to address the problems with international money transfers have only achieved limited success. According to the research, there is currently no scalable and smooth solution that is compatible with different countries' currencies and payment systems. As a solution, JPMorgan suggested that a network of multi-currency central bank digital currencies, such as MCBTC, could potentially solve numerous problems at once. The approach supposedly has the ability to make cross-border, real-time currency payments possible at any time, day or night. Unlocking $120 billion in cross-border payments with XRP and Ripple is a fascinating topic, according to JPMorgan's report. The magnitude of the issue that JPMorgan is trying to resolve must be understood first. Nearly a quarter of the world's gross domestic product, GDP, comes from international money transfers. It's obvious that current systems aren't up to scratch when it comes to transparency, speed, and efficiency. Blockchain and cryptocurrencies, which are more efficient and innovative, have a huge opportunity to flourish because of this. Here, JPMorgan emphasizes XRP and Ripple. As a pioneer in the field, Ripple has been working to simplify international money transfers by utilizing blockchain technology. But the report points out that XRP's volatility is a major issue with its use. The unreliability of cryptocurrency for consistent business transactions is a typical issue due to its price fluctuations. It's as if you're attempting to run a finely tuned engine on a highly volatile fuel. Unpredictability is a big turnoff, despite the fact that the power potential is there. The financial world is actively seeking solutions, with players like CLS Group and SWIFT being mentioned. However, each of these players has its limitations. The challenge of developing a system that is universally efficient is demonstrated by SWIFT's reliance on an antiquated correspondent banking system and CLS Group's restricted foreign exchange support. What makes JPMorgan's proposed solution stand out is its multi-currency network of digital currencies issued by central banks. It integrates cutting-edge tech with the tried-and-true method of central bank oversight. Picture this. With regulatory oversight, a digital financial highway is built to facilitate quick, easy, and transparent transactions across borders. Offering the advantages of blockchain technology without the extreme volatility of conventional cryptocurrencies, this has the potential to be a revolutionary development. Finally, although there have been great advances toward a revolution in international money transfers, this movement is still in its early stages. Although the concept of a unified digital payment system that supports multiple currencies is exciting and forward-thinking, there are still obstacles to overcome before it can be widely adopted around the world. Comparable to deciphering a difficult cryptographic enigma. The parts do exist, but it is still difficult to put them together in a way that everyone can understand. Is it worthwhile to follow the widely accepted route in this case? Perhaps new methods and ideas would be more effective. Do you have any opinions? It is frequently worthwhile to forsake outdated models on the road to development since repeating the same actions yields the same result. Finally, we have Palo and their stablecoins. What comes next is revealed by the findings of the Palau stablecoin pilot by Ripple and the Palauan Ministry of Finance. Results from the Palau stablecoin project's Phase 1 pilot, which revealed the project's roadmap's next steps, have been shared by Ripple Labs and the Palau Ministry of Finance. A cybersecurity expert and board member of the Palau Finance Ministry, J. Hunter Anson, recently informed the public of this development in a disclosure made to X. The report detailing the results of the Phase 1 pilot was shared by Anson in a file. You may remember that the Palau stablecoin project began distributing its tokens in June, even though the first pilot stage began in March. Ripple, however, announced it on July 26, as Crypto Basic showed. It wasn't long after J. Hunter Anson broadcast a live demo of stablecoin functionality that pilot stats for the Palau stablecoin Phase 1 effort. Now that the phase has concluded, the most recent update provides statistics detailing results from the participants' experiences. First and foremost, the pilot's Phase 1 concluded on September 29. There were 168 participants, and up to 20,000 Palau stablecoins were involved. The total number of PSC minted is $20,000, with 168 participants receiving 16,900 PSC, or 100 PSC for each wallet, from the project team. The stablecoin maintains a ratio of 1.1 to the dollar. During the pilot program, participants processed 729 transactions, with 463 of those being payments to merchants. Distribution payments accounted for 168 transactions, while only 64 were P2P payments. Further, the pilot phase burned up to 14,534 PSE tokens after the first phase. Following the conclusion of the pilot, the project team surveyed the 168 participants to gather their feedback regarding the stablecoin project. According to the report, as of October 9, 1983, 168 out of the total participants had answered the survey questions. The majority of these respondents, 36.6%, had nothing but positive things to say about the stablecoin. 13% said it was great, while barely 9% said it was terrible. The majority of participants attributed the positive experience to the ease of use, quick transactions, and freedom from carrying cash. You may remember that Ripple not only built the stablecoin's wallet, but it also used its CBDC platform to power the project's blockchain. 58.7% of people who took the survey thought the wallet was easy to use and set up, and yet, 9.8% said it was difficult. Nevertheless, nearly half of those who took the survey reported issues, such as a lack of speed when using the wallet or problems scanning QR codes at post terminals. Use of the QR code and the need to manually input the recipient's address were both problems. The project team addressed these issues as they arose. A whopping 81% of respondents were happy with the outcomes of the poll. Not to mention 87.8% of all retail purchases, 67.1% of all P2P transfers, and all cross-border payments. The three use cases that ranked highest in terms of 61% were chosen for the stablecoin's future deployment. The results of the Phase 1 pilot were positive, according to the report, and DemonSaw gave the stablecoins a grade based on their desirability and their ability to bolster the country's current system. Once the government gives the go-ahead, the majority of respondents said they'd back the stablecoin's full rollout. Everyday users, financial institutions, regulatory bodies, and legal and regulatory frameworks will all be involved in the next stages of ecosystem development, according to the report. Everything will be seamlessly integrated into the stablecoin network by the team. Articles detailing the outcomes of the first phase of the Palau stablecoin pilot projects. Working together, Ripple Labs and the Palauan Ministry of Finance have taken a giant leap toward integrating blockchain technology into national financial systems. This update covers a lot of ground and has some serious consequences. To begin, the pilot's scope is small, but significant. It involves 168 volunteers and mints 20,000 Palau stable coins, which is a controlled but large enough scale to evaluate the technology's practicality. A promising indicator of a practical use case for everyday transactions. A common challenge for emerging financial technologies is that the majority of transactions were merchant payments. A user-friendly interface and a positive reception to the concept are suggested by the feedback from participants, with the majority finding the experience ranging from good to excellent. Nevertheless, it is essential to acknowledge the difficulties that users encounter, such as slow responsiveness and issues with QR codes. In order to achieve wider acceptance, it is necessary to address these common teething problems in subsequent phases of new technology rollouts. The project's adaptability and responsiveness to user feedback are encouraged by the focus on resolving these issues and the high satisfaction rate with the resolutions. Any technological implementation, but notably one that seeks to revolutionize a fundamental part of everyday life like monetary transactions, must adhere to this strategy. The detailed and ambitious plans for the future are laid out here. Everyday users, financial institutions, regulatory bodies, and legal and regulatory frameworks are all intricate parts of an ecosystem that must be developed. Building a brand new digital financial infrastructure while simultaneously meeting the needs of current systems, rules, and users is akin to this. This project is a small-scale experiment in the larger movement towards digital currencies and the widespread adoption of blockchain technology in the financial sector. Some nations may look to these pilot programs as a guide for future efforts of a similar kind. Innovation and security must be balanced, as must usability and regulatory compliance, and the thrill of cutting-edge tech must not be at the expense of the stability necessary for financial systems. In conclusion, the preliminary success of the Palau stablecoin pilot project shows that blockchain technology has the ability to update national monetary systems. Nevertheless, the path ahead is not without its complexity, necessitating cautious maneuvering through obstacles related to technology, regulations, and user acceptance. Now we will address the market overview. Bitcoin has slightly surpassed its previous high, but is still firmly consolidated around $44,000, the level at which all altcoins and XRP are trading. At 53.5%, dominance has declined. Take a look at what the alternates are up to. 40% net growth. XRP has only accomplished 14% of what they have thus far. They will receive it, though. Not even the local high of 0.754 has been updated. At least it's doable to step up and meet the challenge. It appears to me that it will go even higher, reaching $1, which is an additional 9% from the present ones. We need to break and consolidate above 0.6944, but this is just a medium-term view. At the moment, there isn't much more to say. Big impulses might be in store for us as we continue. I reiterated in the previous video that I am not going to open a position at these levels. However, a small volume can allow you to take risks if you so desire. On the other hand, you can open a position at the current levels if you're not scared of corrections and negatives on your deposit. You'll just need to hold it for longer. Risk management should also not be overlooked. Do not use leverage greater than 3 when trading futures. In a similar vein, don't get caught up in the excitement, thinking that everything will fall into place once you do. Please like and subscribe my channel. See you later, bye.